right, July 10 Metropolitan District meeting, and it is 3:33. Kristen, would you do the roll call for us, please?
Yep, sure can. All right, Director Mike Graham,
Here.
Director Larry Fox,
Here.
Secretary Michael Barsotti,
Is excused,
Treasurer Rolf Jacobson.
excused as well.
All right, and Chairman Shami Shlomo.
Here. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, we gotta just approve the agenda. I'll make a motion to approve the agenda the way it is. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Thanks, Larry. All in favor, say aye. I didn't hear any of you.
Aye.
Yeah, aye.
I was just
right.
looking it over
Sorry.
again. I looked it over this morning, and then I
getting ahead of myself.
I just want to make sure there's no problem with the agenda. Okay, that was 3-0. Thank you. All right, we are starting with the minutes. Sure, the minutes are from May minutes.
It should be June, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's June.
My apologies. Yeah, June 12 minutes.
I'll make a motion. We approve the minutes for June 12th as written.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye, that would be 3-0. Thank you. All right, parking report. Hi, James. Hi, Juan.
How's it going, Shemi?
How are you, Shemi?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good.
That's good. You guys have any questions regarding revenue for this month?
I don't know if it's a question or just trying to fix a couple things on the report. It looks like we have a couple, I think, unless you're gonna correct me. Wichita lot had 45,160.11. Last year was 37,548. It's an increase of $7,659.63, not $953.42, and it's about 17% increase, not 4.8. If you can verify that or correct me, that would be awesome.
Yeah. Let me check them real quick.
Okay, thank you. And while James is checking that, Juan, do you know if you guys fixed the problem with that sign in the Wichita? It keeps showing 0
Yeah,
throughout the day.
we're working on that. I know there's an iCloud issue with it, and we're trying to determine if it's not only a hardware issue or if it's just a software issue. So we have a meeting tomorrow with them at 11 o'clock in the morning. So we'll keep you posted as soon as we find out.
Okay, can we turn it off for now until we do figure it out? Because I mean, it's
Yeah.
just saying 0 all the time, and it's taking away business from us.
Yeah.
It's just easier if it's not saying anything. People will go in there.
Yeah, because you're saying that right outside the Wichita is working. It's only the exterior ones on the one on Washington like the main boards is where it's not working, but if we turn it off, it's also gonna turn that one off. You okay with that?
You're talking about the one outside?
Right, because that one
Yeah,
is working.
Okay, I'm okay if we turn
Right.
both, be honest with you.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been walking down and it's been on zero multiple times this week throughout the day, and I've walked the Wichita lot, and it has over 20 spaces, and it's still saying zero all the time. I think it's better. I'll ask the guys too, but I think it's better to just not have anything at the
Okay.
moment until we figure it out. Larry,
Yeah.
Mike.
Maybe we could tape a black plastic bag over the number.
Well, they can probably just shut it off.
Yeah,
that-
it'll look
that-
cleaner if we shut it off for you, and then tomorrow, once we get that rebooted, we can turn it back on.
That would be amazing.
What does it show down at Shriver Park? On the sign down there that shows all 4 parking lots.
So it's the same, because they're connected. So when it's having that issue, it's the external signs as well. So they're all interconnected on a cloud-based platform. So I'm going to be working with the tech support for that tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Okay,
And then,
go ahead, James.
all right, I just want to confirm that I did make a mistake on that Wichita lot revenue. The number that's posted is correct. It's the percentage increase is incorrect. So the revenue total, the 45,160, those numbers are correct.
Yeah.
The percentage increase is wrong.
Yep, it's the increase off. The increase off should be 76.59.63, and the percentage is about 17% or so.
I will make that correction, and I'll review the whole revenue form, make sure there's not any other errors, and then I can resend it.
There's one more error on the transaction at the Wichita lot as well. 73.87 is correct. Last year was 62.82. The increase of 11.05 is correct. The percentage is not correct. 5.8% is not 11.05. That, I believe that's an increase of 17% as well. So that would be one more thing to check.
I will double check those numbers. Once I have those corrections, I'll send them back out to everyone.
Thank you. Any questions on the parking report?
I've got,
The
oh,
Smithsonian-
go ahead, Larry. Then I'll,
Yeah, the Smithsonian lot continues to show a decrease, significant decrease from last year. Did last month also. I wonder if anybody has any observation on that.
I cannot figure it out why, be honest with you. Every time I walk by it, it's full. I am not sure why it's down. I have no explanation. I don't know if James or Juan has an idea, but I know Canyon Lot is down as well, so.
Yeah, you may not, they may just be there, for a longer period of stay, and you may not be having that turnover.
Okay. I gotcha.
I've got a question about Smishny. Beyond that is we had $10 in permit sale at Smishny.
Yeah, so
And-
that's
and- Yeah.
that was a replacement hang tag. So someone lost
Oh.
theirs. We
Oh.
charge a $10 feeder.
Okay.
Okay.
And that money comes through to Metro, the $10.
I believe so. Because
Okay.
you have to get all the hang tag revenue.
So now the only other question I've got is the citations in both parking lots. There's a number of citations, but then there's no amount with those, like there is an amount with the parking fees. So do we not collect any of the tickets we write, or what happens?
So are you just referring to the that we don't have the amount collected on the
Well, yeah.
on the? So I
Yeah.
can provide it. I just know that's historically not been on there. It'd be easy enough to
Okay.
add it, because we do get that data, so it'd be easy enough for us to go through and just add it. It's just not
Well-
been on there previously. But
Well,
that
it'd
would
be nice to know if it was $10 a month or 1,000, you know? We don't know how many get paid. Just,
Can't you tell, James, isn't it not on the summary? Is it not
It-
from the,
oh,
It is on the summary, but it's not on this other revenue report. But if you
Oh.
do look on the summary, the amounts that are collected is going to show citation revenue collected in office. It's going to be under that column. So for Wichita lot, we collected $780 this month. I'm sorry, 310 for Wichita, 123 for Smith.
I must be looking at the wrong place here.
me
'Cause
too. Where are you looking at?
I'm seeing 4,550 issued.
So that's issued. So that's
Okay.
separate. So what you want to
Okay.
go is to the left of that,
Okay.
under the transaction and revenue summary. You'll see hang tag revenue, and then you'll see citation revenue collected, and it says in office.
Oh, okay.
That's both what we collect here at the
Okay.
office and what's
So,
collected through our website.
James, I got a question. for you.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Now I got confused. So at the Smishny lot in June, you collected 1,035 for citations for the Smishny lot. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. And the 1,035 was just for the Smishny lot, and
That's just for the Smishny lot. So citations that were issued in the Smishny Park.
okay, before you gave 760 and some other numbers.
I was kind of looking at it sideways, and I was looking at the 2023 revenue. So I was looking at the wrong
Okay.
revenue. So that was my fault.
Okay.
Okay, I got you. All right. Okay, now I understand. Thank you. Anything else? I have one more thing, but I might wait for it till we get to that email from Roy that I got. Or I can ask you now, James. We increased our price last month. It went to $3 an hour, $20 for the entire day for the Smishny and the Wichita lots. And we are a month later, and we do not see the change yet.
Yes.
When we were waiting for you guys to let us know when, Shemi, when you wanted us to take that to take an effect.
Actually, it says it on the minutes, and we were talking about it in the meeting. It says for summertime. It was right away. And if you guys had a question, I would assume it will be in an email or a text. I mean, James asked me in an email and a text to confirm the amount. I did confirm the amount, and still nothing.
Yeah, and Jimmy, so the one thing that we do is that we roll out our progressive rates, and the plan was initially, since we didn't hear from you guys on an exact day, is to roll out those progressive rates as soon as we would get them approved.
Approved them last meeting.
In the future, if you want them done sooner, you guys would just have to give us a date, you know, and then we can put that in place right away.
We did give you a date. We passed it last month.
You didn't give us a date. Well, I put.
As
all the
of
dates
passing
together.
it, as of the time of passing it.
Larry, you guys
That's
didn't,
what we did. We passed it.
you guys did not give us a date. I know we voted on there because I did go over
We
the
voted to
minutes.
change it as of right now. Then it takes effect.
I can send you the minutes because I documented everything that I put on there. You guys did vote to pass it, but there was no exact date on there of when.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, this is ridiculous, Juan.
Yeah, I could send it to you if you like.
No, this is ridiculous. We passed it. We start it when we pass it.
Okay, did you give us a specific date?
When we passed it.
You gotta be specific.
When we
on the
vote
date.
on it, we pass it. It takes effect.
On the minutes, it
Hey,
says.
Juan,
One,
Yes,
one,
sir.
sec- one second, one second, one second. Guys, settle down for a second. On the minutes, it says, Chairman Shlomo suggested the consideration for changing rates for the summer months. Is
Yeah.
that not clear enough? Or
It's not.
it's
very-
not?
It's very vague.
When the summer
let
months.
me
Come
let me
on.
ask you a question. Go on, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
If you saw that there was not a date, why nobody asked and said, hey, guys, would you like it tomorrow or would you like it in, it's just, this is, it sounds like an excuse and it doesn't sound right, Juan. That's
It's not-
what I'm saying. And this is where this is why I wanted to bring it later after I read the email from Roy,
Right,
because it will all come together. Okay?
Right.
So I made the mistake and brought it early enough. Okay? But it doesn't make sense to wait a full month till the next meeting when there is an email. You have my cell phone number. You can call, you can text, you can email, nothing. And I complained about this about probably, I just
back. I'm in a Zoom
I just saw city administrator by mistake on the street or one of the places here in town,
give me a call maybe
and I
Friday
complained
morning. That'd be good.
about probably maybe a week more, a little bit more than a
Thanks,
week ago, I would estimate. She said you guys are gonna look into it, and still, a couple of days later, you guys asked her to confirm the rate, and I did in an email and a text, and still nobody thought about asking or saying, hey, you never said when. Why is that?
because if we want to prevent making any decisions on any specific dates, if it's not voiced by you guys.
It was
I
voiced
understand,
by-
and I understand,
it was
Juan. We gotta spell it out to you.
the thing is, it was,
I don't
When you say-
understand your,
Hold on. When you say summer months is, how many months is that?
we just,
3 to 4 months.
James is here at our meeting. You're at our meeting. We pass it for the summer months.
For
We're
when?
starting it now, when
For
we
when?
pass it. Now, we gotta spell it out to you. Okay, fine. We'll spell it out to you in future.
That's the
But
way you
this
guys
is an
do it.
inexcusable thing on your part. I'm
When we
sorry.
do
I don't
it-
accept your.
When we do it internally, we do the very same thing. We put a date on there.
And we
Here,
thought-
again, I'm
we-
sorry. I
when we
assumed
make a
that you
motion-
understood what the summer months meant. My apology for not, for assuming that you understood the summer months meant.
Summer months for us
Summer
is every
months.
time we change the progressive rates, which we're getting ready to pass in the next week or so.
If you needed such a specific date, why did you not ask for a specific date? After
Well-
you knew we had passed this?
You could have given us a date. Would it be hard for you guys to give us a date?
Why didn't you ask for a date if you needed a date so
Because we have
badly?
we have certain times that we do the progressive rates, which we do every single quarter. And that
Larry,
was like about.
I
the
didn't
time-
know you needed a specific
was the
date. I
time
thought
that
that
we
passing
were-
it was good
that
enough.
you-
So you
our
have a
intent was to-
requirement of a specific date. Why didn't you inform us you needed a specific starting date then?
Because that should come from you guys.
We did. We said the summer months.
Okay,
They-
that doesn't give us a date.
then
Our
it did to
intent-
me,
our
it did
intent-
to me.
Hold on.
That was good enough for
Our
me.
intent was to pass those rates when we do our changeover for progressive rates. And what I'm saying is, if you guys, next time, if you guys want those rates changed on a specific day, you have to specify that.
Okay. You should have
Okay.
specified to us that you needed a specific starting date, since you
Let-
already knew that we had passed this.
Larry, you're wasting your time here. We
Yeah,
are-
I understand,
we're
I
definitely
am.
wasting our time here. My guess is they didn't pay attention, and when Denise told them about it, they were looking for an excuse, and they found one. Next. Finance report. I don't think Nicole is here. And I think the report was wrong to begin with. I think they sent the
All right,
second.
wait, back to this, Jimmy. What do we got? Do you need this in writing, or is it good enough for me to tell you the specific date is July 10th? What else do you need?
Juan, do you guys need a motion, or is that clear?
Send me an email, Larry. Send us an email that effective July 10th. you guys
My
might-
telling you right now, the board telling you right now is not good enough. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying for future reference, we would like.
No, I'm asking about right now, not future. I'm asking about
can do it right
solving
now.
this problem right
We-
now. How do we solve it?
We could do it right now. I'm just saying for moving forward in the future,
No, I'm not worried about the future right now.
So, yeah,
Right now, I'm worried about how do we get this implemented?
We'll do it. James will take care of it today. If you want it today, he'll take care of it today.
I will get it uploaded, after the meeting.
Thank you. Kind of speechless and disappointed, really, but I'll just go forward. The next report is the finance report, and I think it came with a mistake over there. I think it would be better to just wait for Nicole to come back, so it would make more sense. Emily, I believe, is new, and the heat is up over here, and I don't want to take it on her. It won't be.
Yeah.
It's.
I
not
mean,
gonna-
I've got a comment, you know, and
Go ahead, Mike.
can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
From the way Emily wrote that email, from the way Elena wrote that email, it kind of implied to me that Emily was just putting on the form what she was told to put on the form. I don't know, maybe Elena can fill us in on that, but when I read that email, it just sounded like maybe Nicole gave her the numbers and she just went ahead and published it. So I don't think it's Emily's fault, unless Elena can straighten us out on it.
Yeah, that's not at all what I was implying. It just comes down to that Nicole is the one who manages the finance aspect for your guys' board. And I don't believe that she has necessarily shared how to run the reports for you guys on how you guys like them to be presented with the other staff that's in that department, which is why I added that I would talk to her when she comes back from her vacation on training Emily on how to run those reports correctly. That way, when there are issues or with that, when she's out of the office, we can make sure that you guys are getting correct reports. So there's no implication of me saying that Emily was just simply pasting numbers that she was told to do that. That's not at all.
Mhm. So that's just what I said. You just repeated what I said,
And I'm
From-
telling you that,
which is good.
okay, so if we're on the same page, we will make
Mhm.
sure that Nicole does training for future reference.
You bet. And I really liked that form you guys sent. I'm trying to look for it right now, but that there was a better report this time than I've seen before. Do you know what I'm talking about, Elena? It
Yeah,
was something that kind of showed more of a day-to-day balance.
I think
No.
so. Hold on.
Now I can't. Now I
Want me
can't
to
find
share
it.
the screen? Let me see if I can pull it
Well,
up.
if you can, but anyway, that seemed a lot more informative to me than what we usually get.
Well, so let me make sure that I make sure you want that I relay that you want that one. So let me pull it
Well,
up so you can confirm
I
it.
do. I don't know about the rest of the board, but I liked it.
Is the email?
Yeah, when I sent it to them.
This email? If you scroll down, maybe.
Was it the screenshot in the email, Mike?
Probably.
Okay.
I'm just not able to find it in my emails right at this second.
All right, let me.
There was something.
Was this one?
Hang on a second.
That's the one was in the,
Yeah.
Elena, from you, 146 today.
Okay.
Yeah. I kind of like being able to look at that, but anyway,
Okay.
I guess maybe it's just something extra besides what we normally get, but
Right. And I think that's just how the Cassell system shows it to the user. So I can talk to Nicole to see if that's something we can put on paper for you guys, if that does help.
well, if it kind of tells us a little bit what each transaction was for, but we
No,
can
for
kind
sure.
of, it's kind of nice instead of having it all bulked together.
Right.
Because usually it's all thrown together under one line and we don't know what all the different transactions were. So
Okay.
that was kind of nice to see that.
Yeah, I'll talk to her and see what we can do about changing that. If that's what
Hey,
everybody wants.
well, that's what I like, but I don't know what Shimmy and Larry think.
Well, my problem with it is it just says that it was cash allocation, doesn't say what it's for or who it's to.
Mhm. It would be better if we had it itemized.
Well, that's kind of what the normal one does do. It does tell us who.
Aren't they? Yeah.
what it
Well,
went-
you're right. You're right. But like with all the transactions we did with Ute Pass, it seemed like they were all thrown in with something else, but I don't know. There's a lot I don't understand about this report, but
We can add it to next month agenda,
yeah,
and we can ask Nicole when she's here.
we might
She'll
need
be-
a whole class from Nicole.
If you guys want to do that, we can definitely do that on the next meeting. Like,
Yeah, that's fine. Let's wait till then, and maybe Nicole will be here next time.
all right, okay, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
New business. So we're not gonna, Elena, we're not gonna approve those reports. Is there any way we can approve them next month?
Yeah, we can postpone them till next month. That's fine.
Okay, thank you. Since yeah, both had some corrections and stuff, we can just do that next month. I appreciate it. All right, new business discussion on recent city correspondence regarding the city IGA. So I think you guys saw the email that we got from Roy after I complained about several issues. To whoever did not, I'm gonna read that email real quick, so it's on the record. Dear Metro District Board, I hope this message finds you well. I'm writing in response to the recent email from the Metro District accusing city staff of distributing free parking passes for use in their parking lots. After thorough investigation, I can confirm that these allegations are unfounded and incorrect. The city has maintained strict adherence to our parking policies and procedures, ensuring fair and consistent management across all lots. Additionally, it is with concern that I know that Metro District ongoing lack of collaboration with the city, despite our efforts to implement proven progressive parking pricing strategies as recommended by experts like Donald Shue. These strategies, which have been successfully implemented in numerous cities, are designed to optimize parking availability and enhance overall urban mobility. Moreover, the continuous accusation and complaints from the Metro District regarding the performance of our parking department are unwarranted and counterproductive. Our team has consistently demonstrated professionalism and dedication to managing parking resource effectively. Given these circumstances, it may be prudent for the Metro District to consider engaging a different vendor to manage their parking lots. This change would allow the city to focus on managing its own lots more efficiently and could potentially lead to a more harmonious relationship moving forward. To facilitate this transition, we propose the cancellation of our current intergovernmental agreement regarding parking management. We believe this will enable both parties to pursue their objective independently and more effectively. We're open to discussion, discussing this proposal further, and welcome any feedback you may have. Thank you for your attention to this matter. That was Roy's email, and I would like to discuss with you guys. It would be nice if Roy's here. I'm not sure if he is. Juan, do you know if he's here or not?
Yeah, no, he is not here, Shemi.
I'll address that really quick. So he is at a doctor's appointment, and that's because he wasn't aware that this item was going to be on the agenda. So that if we can kind of get a heads up, if they're for future reference, for future agendas, if we can start getting items a little bit earlier, that way I can make sure that the staff that need to be there are here for you guys.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, future is the word that keeps coming up in this meeting. Only the problem I see is I'm not sure I see any future here. And that's just a side note here.
Okay.
And that's exactly this email is probably why. It would be nice if Roy was here to to say if that's a decision that was made already by the city. If it is, by the way, I'd like to see a formal letter, just like it says on the IGA, a 90-day cancellation, basically either by us or the city is needed. So if the city decided to go forward and not renew this IGA, it would be nice to get a formal letter or something that says that. If not, and it's open for discussion, we'd like to know that as well. It sounds like from the email, Roy is suggesting that we go forward, we find someone else. Since I've seen Denise, she asked for a meeting. She thought an email is not going to be the right way to go, and she might be right. I did not respond to Roy's email on purpose. I did not respond to Juan's as well when they did explain about those passes. So she suggested a meeting. The meeting is set for this Friday. If any of the board members want to join, I have no problem with it. I will attend and see exactly what Roy and Denise have to say. Me personally, I'm saying that at this level, I would not, it's just not sufficient enough. But we shouldn't, we put stuff on the minutes, we approve it. Waiting a full month for someone to say, well, you didn't give us a starting date is ridiculous. It really is. It's the lamest excuse that I could think of. James could have done it. Juan could have done it. They could have just sent a simple email or a text asking, hey, did you want it tomorrow? Did you want it next month? You weren't clear enough. But instead, you chose to ignore it completely for a full month. Okay, that's even if you paid attention to it before. My guess is you didn't even pay attention to it. But now, when Denise said something, you guys are basically showing again as, not doing what you're supposed to, so you came up with this lame excuse. I'm not looking to be a cop. I'm not looking to check on the lots 24/7 and to see if we're getting a service. It's not the intention. We have an agreement, and if the city cannot agree or do, basically show up and do the work for us, like on the agreement, then we should move on, just like Roy's suggesting. Maybe it's better for both. It might be. If we need to wait a full month, a full month with no change of price there cost us some money, guaranteed. So, all right. If I don't know if you guys have an opinion, Mike, Larry, and I mean, Juan, you're more than welcome. I don't know.
Shemi, just to back up on that, I don't know if you listened to what I said. The intent, when we were going to change your rate, is that we roll out the rates at the same time.
Who is
when we do the progressive rates, because
that's when but we're different, right?
Right, and that's the reason I was saying.
That's again the problem here.
Saying you need to be specific on the date that you would want those rates to be in if you wanted them sooner. Because that's when it was that day that we very well that we change our rates quarterly, and especially right now during the summertime, this is like our peak time when we do change them.
I know exactly how you work, and that's not why I asked you guys
behind
to
you here
match
for
yours.
just a sec.
What I asked for, and not even asked, we basically met. It was an agenda. It was on the agenda, and we voted on it. So I'm not sure what else needs to happen to get something like that done. And to be honest with you, if we didn't say the date, which was the whole discussion was doing it right now, we can go back. It's recorded. It's on YouTube, and the whole thing was recorded, and we can go back and we can look at it, and you can see that we're talking about capitalizing on the summer months, which are now. January and February are not summer months. I would assume that that, and I'm not gonna go any lower than that. Okay, that. When we speak summertime, just like you speak summertime, it's when there is a lot of tourists in town.
Correct.
It's not a surprise. It's not a surprise. And if you have any doubt, what you should have done was to just send a simple email asking, "Hey guys, I noticed you did this on the minutes, but you forgot to say a date."
No, but
it was clear enough. You guys just didn't pay attention.
Shemi, again, there's no excuse. Next week is when we change our rates, and that's our intent was to change them then. All I'm saying is if you wanted to change them a lot quicker, sooner, or the next day, you need to let us know or be specific, because this is like our critical peak time as well.
Juan, I thought we did let you know. I thought we did. I thought that we had communicated that. I understand what you're asking for. You are not understanding that we passed it, and
I agree
assuming that it was going to affect right now.
No,
that's my assumption, and that's my fault for making the assumption that when we pass it, we're saying, yes, do it.
Right. and
I
by
understand
doing
Especially
it-
when
the date.
discussing-
I understand
especially when
that now.
discussing- Especially when.
But I
we
don't
were
understand why
discussing-
you didn't, if you thought we meant it for some future time, why you didn't ask. That's what I don't understand.
Okay, but let me ask you the same thing. What was the problem of you specifying the date?
I didn't know I had to. I thought passing it meant it begins when it's passed.
For us, it began when we changed our next progressive rates.
No, that's you,
Which we-
not
which
us.
we do our
That's
quarterly.
you. That's
And-
what
and
you
all I'm
guys
saying
do with
is-
your lots. Our
and all I'm
lot is
saying
not
is-
your lot.
You could have specified the date, and that's why I said for,
I'm sorry, I did not specify a
Okay.
date. I presumed that you understood that when we passed it, it was to begin now.
Yeah.
And that's my fault for presuming that you would understand that when we
Yeah.
pass something, it starts.
it's one thing assuming, and it's another thing to be specific about a date, but that was
Don't
the
worry, we'll
intention.
be specific
Well-
here.
And even backing up with the other one, instead of escalating, like the situation getting it escalated, it could have just been a simple phone call. Hey, Juan, you know what? We may need to look at this, like as far as like what the passes.
I wasn't trying to escalate. That's why I didn't
Versus
say
like
nothing
sending
for
an
2 or
email
3
to
weeks.
like everyone, because I've had good communication with you. I believe, I've been informing you of like the restroom or like even when I helped you, collaborate like with the branches. I think I have very good communication with you where I would have
You know,
expected just like a
I-
phone call, hey, Juan, you know what? Can you take a look at this? We have some passes here that don't look right.
You know what the problem was? The problem is this: the continuous accusation and complaints. So I felt like if I'll say something after a week, it would be a complaint again. So I shut my mouth for a little longer.
Mhm.
And then by mistake, when I went to grab something from the loft to eat, Denise was there at the same time, having her lunch. And
Right.
that's how I saw Denise. And that's how this whole thing came up. And I said, you know what? This is another example of not doing their job, because 3 weeks later, it should not take 3 weeks to change it. Okay? It should not take 3 weeks to change it. So after 3 weeks, I said, this is just another example. And that's when she suggested meeting. I went ahead with the meeting. I have no problem with it. I'm trying, but when we are seeing this kind of response, I mean, it just doesn't make sense. One, it could have been, if you're saying, okay, you should have gave a date. Yeah, absolutely. But when we were discussing it, the whole discussion was, I brought it to you today. And I remember I said, I brought it to you today because I think we need to capitalize on right now on this June and July and August summer months. So I'm not sure. So yeah, we did not give a date. We did not say a specific date, but the conversation was very clear. Now that's your only way to get out of your not
It's not getting
performing.
out of it, but
So you're
it's not getting
saying
out of it because because we do
So
change
you're
our rates
saying, well, you
every
didn't give me
quarter.
a date, so it was easy. Yeah, okay, I didn't give you a date. Why didn't you ask for a date the next day? Why?
Because again, we change our rates quarterly, which our rates will be changing
But
next
that's
week.
you.
And that's
That's
what
not
we
the Metro
intended
District.
to
That's
change
you.
our
That's
rates.
your preference. That's your preference, not the Metro District.
Well,
Correct?
that's why
Correct.
we need a specific date. If you needed
Well-
it sooner, you could have given us a specific date.
Well, that's
Until
that's
right
for
now,
next
I didn't
quarter.
know that's when you changed your rates.
We
You
change
never
them
told
quarterly.
us that.
No, I'm just saying, we change them quarterly. We're not making up a date to upgrade our rates. We change them quarterly.
Okay, fine. You never told me that.
Well, you know about it because we talk about it every time we change our rates. We share them with you guys when we meet.
I didn't know you changed your rates quarterly till today.
Or you didn't know about the progressive rates that we changed? You just talked about it in that meeting that our rates are ludicrous.
Oh, no, I know your rates change daily, is what I know.
They don't change daily.
They change
we
daily.
change our
They
rates
change depending on the amount of people in town. Right?
We don't change them daily. We change them quarterly.
Okay, well, now we have more information. Now we know we absolutely need to specify a date. And can you can you give us, your objective? Would you still wanna, keep with the IGA, or is it gonna be easier on you, to not have the the Metropolitan District, the Wichita and the Smishne lot under your wing? I'd like to hear, if you have an opinion, I'd like to hear it.
Yeah, I don't. I'm gonna let Roy and Denise handle that, and then we'll go there for quarterly.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, no,
Mark.
I'm saying, I know Denise and Roy will have a meeting with you. So
This
I'll
meeting
wait
is
to hear
on
from-
Friday. What time is it Friday?
11
The meeting
o'clock,
with Roy.
11 o'clock. I believe it was 11 o'clock. I'm checking on my email real quick. Eleven AM,
Okay, and where's it at?
City Hall. I believe Denise's office has got to be at City Hall.
Is that right? His office is in City Hall? Roy's office is in City Hall?
Roy's
What-
isn't, but Denise's is. So I would assume that's, you will be meeting at City.
Oh, good. There's another good assumption. Okay, so it's assumed it's at City Hall at 11, correct?
If it's in Denise's office, yes, it's in City Hall.
11 o'clock, Larry.
Okay. I will be there also.
Awesome. All right. Question for you, Elena. What happens if Mike shows up as well? Is that considered a meeting, or is that just, how does that work? Just so I'm not making a mistake there by walking with three board members.
If three of you guys do attend, then we do need to put a public notice out. So,
Mike, would you like to join? So we put a public notice out, so it's not, or are you gonna skip? Let me see if Mike is here.
Video is there, but he's not in it.
He's muted. He's muted. Okay, we'll give it a couple more seconds and then we'll decide.
I mean, I can always just post it just in case. But do you wanna do that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yes,
Just
do
in case
that.
they'll decide to show up. Yeah, thank you. Or maybe Rolf will wanna go, as well, so yeah, that opens a possibility for someone else to show up as well, so.
Okay.
Thank you,
Hmm?
appreciate it. All right, so. Let's go to the next, new business item, discussion about tree trimming around lights in parking lots for better light exposure. So we checked the lights. They all do work, but there is trees all around it. It would help if we, trim the branches a little bit. If you guys are good with that, I can schedule that. Larry, Mike, see if Mike is here again. He's still
Okay,
not. What do you want to
absolutely.
do?
If they need to be trimmed, absolutely, yes. If they're interfering with the lighting, by all means.
Okay, I'll need Mike to say the same, and then we can go forward. Hey, Mike, can you hear us? Any other discussion in the meantime?
Yeah, Shimmy, will you write the email to Juan to make sure that we get the rates changed?
Yeah, I'll definitely.
Immediately, if not today, tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll definitely do that.
I already pushed the update, so that should be going into place right now.
So it really is a simple matter, huh?
Yes,
Wow.
Yep, they do it in the computer, I believe, in the office, and it's a software update or, you know, just an update and they're good to go. Yeah,
Wow, I had no idea it was so simple. I guess when we have computers, it becomes simple. When we got people involved, it becomes difficult.
let me see if I can send Mike a text real quick to come back so we can adjourn.
Hey, Shemi, one thing I wanted to bring up,
Yes, sir.
Roy wanted me to mention that, Kelly from HR would be doing like a presentation on the hiring for next month.
Okay,
Just so
awesome.
you know.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Is it gonna be Kelly?
It's gonna be Kelly.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Let's see what else I can think of. So about those sign, Juan, the one that says 0 and stuff, you guys are gonna shut it down tomorrow?
We'll shut it off.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
And I can get it turned off before I leave for the day.
Okay, thank you. And the last thing, what else did I have? Yeah, I don't think I have anything else other than just to approve this tree trimming. If
I text Mike, I don't have
yeah,
his number.
I did too. What's let's go back. We still have time, I guess, until he's coming back. Larry, what's your opinion on the IGA with the city?
I think we should take Roy's suggestion and separate ourselves from the city. Very simple.
Okay, well, that was to the point. Got it. I'll ask Mike as well when he gets back, if he gets back.
I did, while we have a moment here, I did, in Roy's email to us, he mentioned Donald Shoup, and his tried and true methods of parking. So I did look him up on the internet. And the latest thing I found about him was from February 1st of 2024. And what they talked about, the cities that they talked about they're using his philosophy were San Francisco, Minneapolis, Atlanta, Georgia. I found no reference to tourist cities like ourselves using his criteria. And it made me puzzled as to why why the city would be so enamored by this guy whose philosophy is being used in enormous metropolitan cities, not small tourist towns like Manitou.
Yeah, Larry, there's several books. He does have several books, and he does talk about small cities, and he also talks about not everything that he mentions in big cities works for smaller cities. But the main
Well,
focus
what smaller cities are using
the
this
main focus
philosophy
on
in
that
the
book
manner in which Manitou is?
with the main focus on the book is creating that turnover so that everybody has an opportunity to come and visit the city.
I understand that. I understand that. What I had trouble finding were any small cities like Manitou who's using his philosophy. That's what I couldn't find. Manitou seems to be an anomaly. Can you enlighten me?
Yeah, so I can send you the book where it does talk about small cities within less than 15, from 10 to 15,000.
We're a town of 5,000, 6,000.
We're 6,000, but we do go up, during the summertime up to 10,000.
Yeah, okay. So tell me, what towns, I mean, is Golden using it? Is Estes Park using it? What towns our size are using his philosophy?
Boulder is one of them.
Boulder.
Park City, Utah is another one.
Park City's a huge
Aspen,
town, nowhere near our caliber.
Aspen, Colorado is another one.
Aspen,
Mhm.
really?
City of,
Really, I've been to Aspen. My son lived in Aspen, and I saw none of what they're doing.
Aspen has pretty much the same setup as we do.
In
In
meter
Park-
in the meter grading.
Yes, they have to,
Well,
they have
they're-
teaching
Aspen,
equipment.
the top rate is $90 for 10 hours of parking.
I mean, they change their rates just like we do, so I can't tell you like what they're charging right now, but they also have progressive rates.
All right, let's go back real quick. Thanks, Juan. Let's just go back for a second to the discussion on the IGA. I asked Larry his opinion, and Larry suggested just following what Roy suggested, which is going different ways. Mike, what's your opinion on it?
Oh, probably going different ways, but I just kind of came in late here on what Juan was telling you guys. And what was Juan saying? They're charging at the same rate in Aspen that we're charging? Is that what I heard when I just
No, I
returned?
didn't say that. I did say
Okay.
that I don't know what their rates are currently right now, but they do change the rates quarterly.
Oh, okay. 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 No, I'm sorry. I thought you were thinking that they were as overpriced as we were.
Oh, no.
Okay. No problem. So yeah, you know, Shimmy, the deal is we're at the point now to where we get this really nasty hostile letter from Roy, this email. Now in the meeting today, Juan is kind of, you know, giving us this dance about what we voted on a month ago, but so I don't think we have a relationship anymore with the city. I think this sucks. If if we could hire the hourly employees from parking and they worked for us, we'd have it made. But the management is just not working, I guess. And it's too bad it's like this. And I was kind of a slight critic of Kevin before, but gee, we got better answers from Kevin over the years than we get now. But and Juan, this is, I mean, you got thrown in the middle of this thing. I understand that. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
But I do see where we should have had an absolute date for when that kicked in. And I guess if I was Juan, I would have been wondering, or even maybe James might have asked, well, when again was that we're supposed to change it, because we overlooked it, which is too bad. But summer did start June 20th according to my calendar, so we're in the summer now. And I guess Juan, are you telling us that we can't change our rates for another few weeks?
No, he did
In the
not say
co-
that. They already did.
Okay,
James already did it on his computer
right
while this
now.
meeting was going. Yes,
Well, thank
absolutely.
you, James. Thank you. So the bottom line is you're calling a vote to leave the agreement. Is that it, Shimmy?
I'm not calling a vote. I'd like direction from. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. The same way I'd like to hear what Roy and Denise will say on Friday. Okay, that's where I want. I don't want. Here is the problem. We keep assuming things. We're missing things, and we accuse one another of things.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to make it very clear, and that's why I'm asking. I heard Larry loud and clear. I think I heard you as well. Your direction. I'll meet with, and I think Larry's gonna join on Friday as well. You can as well, Mike.
Is it morning or afternoon?
11 o'clock
Okay.
morning.
And
So,
where will it be?
City Hall at
Okay.
Denise's office. So
Okay.
you're more than welcome to join as well. And basically, we can sit there, we can hash it out, we can see where the city first, it from what I understand from this email from Roy, I think I know where he's going. He would like to drop those 2 lots. He doesn't want them. He doesn't want the IGA. He's tired of our accusation.
Well, and you know, the thing that prompted that letter from Roy was me complaining about these permits up in the Smishny lot during the farmer's market.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was under the impression that the city had an event coordinator that took care of these things. And so when I went to the Smishny parking lot, this is what I found, you know, some of these permits on cars. And now Roy's saying the city didn't allow that. Well, what made the event promoter think they could do that? Or
Let's make it clear. The event promoter is working for the city.
well, there's an event coordinator, but then the person putting the event on works for the city too, in addition to the event coordinator. It's somebody that works for the city.
Juan and James can
No,
answer what happened there.
So we have a separate event coordinator, but an event, say like Manapalooza has like their event promoter or whatever.
Right.
The email I interpreted as that there was some miscommunication with the events promoter. Nothing to do with
Mhm.
Megan, who is the event coordinator.
Where did she get those passes?
Mhm.
Those look like they were just clip art and printed
Well-
out. Nobody gave those to them.
Let me just say, if you can see
So why,
this
Nick,
thing,
1 second, Mike. Why did they not get tickets that day? Juan, James?
The way it works is that every time they arrange a special event with them, they'll have to produce a flyer that they'll place in the windshield so that enforcement doesn't cite them. But Mike, I don't think you were involved. You were part of that email. But one of the things that I responded is that we did check with Shemi. Shemi denied it, and then James and myself, well, specifically James, told everybody that it was not going to be approved to allow any parking in your lots. So we made
Mhm.
arrangements to have them park at the Hiawatha lot. And that's
Mhm.
where they parked. How the other ones got there, we have no knowledge of it. But one of the ladies did mention that she was willing to pay, and I think I mentioned that in the email, Shemi.
Yeah.
Apologize that she was willing to pay for those few passes that were there. But it wasn't approved by us to allow people to go and park in your lots.
But if it wasn't
See
approved
that-
by you, why did they not have tickets on their windshield that day? That's my question. If
They-
it's
they
not
did.
a pass that you guys gave, why did they not have a
We didn't
ticket
give them to
that
us.
day? I'm sorry, what?
We didn't give them those passes.
Why
Those
didn't they
passes
give?
are generated-
Okay, I understand you didn't give them those tickets, those passes. Why did they not have a ticket in their window? Can you explain that to me?
I can't speak
After
for
they
A
that.
said
citation.
they've been there until 3:40 p.m. Why did they not have a
I can't
ticket on their
speak, I
window?
can't speak why they were parked there. I just know we did not authorize them to park in your lot. And that's
Okay,
why
so-
she was willing to pay for you for those the
Mhm.
number of cars that were there because she herself did not authorize them to park in your lot.
So I
Again, I'm
can
going
provide
back to,
insight.
you
I can
see
provide
that
insight.
there is different. 1 second, James. I'm sorry. 1 second. Again, I'm going back to, they have their own permits. Okay. No one gave it to them. They printed it by themselves. And again, if you guys were doing your job, then they would have a ticket in their window, wouldn't
They
they?
should have been ticketed. They should have
So-
gotten a citation.
Is that a yes or a no? Is that what
So I
should have
can-
happened?
So I can provide information as to why it wouldn't have happened. So it's common for a lot of these events. They create a flyer that goes on the windshield that's for areas that we designate specifically for them. Since we weren't able to get parking in the Smishny lot, we specifically designated space in the Hiawatha lot. So I don't know what communication on the event promoter end is, but when I talk to my parking enforcement officers, I go, there's an event down at Soda Springs Park. here's the flyer that is going to be used to identify themselves as being vendors for this event. If you see them, do not ticket them. They're going to be parking in this parking.
So you allowed it.
So with that communication, it's possible that they just seen the pass and they didn't ticket it because they weren't sure.
Because
That's-
your department allowed it.
We did not allow it.
You
We-
just,
we-
you just said that it's
So-
very common that if someone will tell you that, it's,
We allow them to use that in areas that we designate. We specifically mark out space, reserve parking, specific areas. We did not do that in Smishny. We told them those passes are only valid in Hiawatha. So it wasn't communicated clearly enough on my portion for them to go, I see this pass, this is common for events. They don't ticket out of an abundance of caution. And I didn't realize it was an issue until it was already too late.
And then,
So
Mike,
that's
same
why
thing-
we
the same thing I'm telling you, Mike, is what I told Shammy. You notice something like that, you can easily just give us a phone call, have that good that easy communication with us. Hey, we noticed that these passes weren't approved, they're here in luck, and you guys, take a look at it, and we would be more than happy to, address that issue.
you know,
Mhm.
that communication came a day or two before, 48 hours before, when you guys asked for 24 parking spaces in the Smishny lot,
Right.
and I could not approve it because it's not my lots. It's a
But,
board
but
that has to approve it or deny it.
And we respected
Now,
that.
now that wasn't clear enough. That to me,
No.
that looks like I was clear enough. Just like I thought I was clear enough when I emailed you and I forgot her name about Pike Ride.
But I
It was
can
very
show-
clear, but
we
yet
can-
you were still there in front of
James,
City Council.
James can forward you
telling them-
the email, or I can forward you the email that those lots were not approved by you. And we have that chain of emails that it was not approved, so we did not authorize that. And all I'm
Okay.
saying, is if you did notice that, you could have easily just given us a phone call and just say, hey, can you guys take a look at this? These are passes that weren't approved to park in our lot. We would have been more than happy to address it.
So I'm supposed to just
But we
call you,
can't control.
and
we
you're
can't
supposed to
control
call
what
me
people
for
do.
that day to be clear. You know, it's just, it's to the point where just like everyone is thinking, we
Well,
just need to go separate ways and
I
just.
agree.
Can I-
I mean, if that's how you feel, I agree.
It's not how I feel. It's not
I-
how the administration of this city
you
feels.
know, you know,
If that's
hey-
what you guys feel, then we should part
Juan,
ways.
hey, Juan, let me tell you something. This, the Metro Parking District's been around a lot longer than you've been in Manitou, longer than Roy's been in Manitou. And now you guys treat us like dirt. But here, I just got that off my chest. But let me point this out. This pass was emailed, okay, to the vendors. They could print 1,000 of those passes. They weren't made up by the parking department. They weren't numbered. They weren't dated. You can hit print 1,000 copies.
The
You could have had
reason
every
that-
parking place in Manitou filled with those passes.
We're not gonna get anywhere, Mike. So,
That's fine. I can tell that. I could tell that a little earlier in the meeting. We wouldn't get anywhere.
well, that's,
Okay, all right.
Okay. So
Let's-
guys, how
let's-
much long,
let's-
what else do we have
No,
to do?
we just
here
gotta
so I
prove
can
one more
get-
thing. Sorry. All right. There's just some branches around the lights in the parking lots. I just wanted your approval to kind of trim them a little bit so the light will be, there's gonna be better exposure in the lots. Larry's for it, I'm for it. If you're for it, we can go forward and
I'm for it.
okay, let's make a motion on that.
Make
Did
a
you wanna
motion that we, you hire, tree trimmer to trim the branches around the lights as needed. For better
Is there a
visibility.
second?
I'd like to second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
That would be 3-0. Thank you. Is there public comment? Is there public with us? All right, just before I finish, I appreciate you being here, Juan. Don't think that I don't. And you are kind of in the middle and you're taking the brunt of it because others are not able to show up. So I appreciate you being here. Okay, same with James. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Hey, I've got.
Second what Shimmy just said.
I'd like to make a motion though, if you guys would listen to it, and that is, I would like to have Roy's correspondence entered into the meeting minutes for this meeting. That email that we got from Roy, I'd like to have that added in because that's the subject that we're talking about.
Are you talking
So-
about?
So I'd like to make a motion that we add his email into our minutes
Okay, is
for
there a
that we'll
second?
look at next month.
I'll second that.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye, that would be 3-0. Okay, please don't forget, if you guys, I think it's important for us to be there with Denise and Roy this Friday. We need to kind of look at our future and if the city decides to not renew the IGA that we have, we need to meet with them and hear it from their own mouths and go forward. So anybody that wants to join Friday 11 o'clock, Denise's office. All right. Any other correspondence? Anything else, you guys?
One last comment that I've got is that the Metro Board is a volunteer board, and the city folks that are in the meeting are paid. I hope you're all paid. So it's kind of hostile to have people saying, well, you should have told me the exact day and minute, when you could have just asked Shimmy when we're going to change the rate. But Juan, you're getting paid to do this. We're volunteers. So just keep that in mind. Thank you.
Okay. If Juan wants to answer, you totally can. If not, I'm gonna go towards adjourning. Juan, you good?
I have no comment, Shemmy.
Okay. I appreciate you guys all. Thank you. This meeting is adjourned.
Thank you all.
Thank you.